Hello everyone, this is Dori Adar from Fine-Tuners AI, and today I want to show you how to take a 2D image and rotate it around and above as if it was a 3D model. And not only treasure chests that we rotate, also characters. So, do you want to see how I do it? Come with me, my love. Okay, so this is the comfyUI flow. I'm going to zoom in and walk you bit by bit so you will understand what's going on here. And then we're going to experiment with a few images. So in here, we upload the image which we want to rotate and see in different angles. Now, it is definitely working better if you are uploading an image that is looking straight to the camera with no angles if it is possible. So Stable Diffusion will do a better job rotating this. Now, in here I'm using Stable 0, 1, 2, 3. This is their pseudo 3D model. It does not export any FXBs or models like you do in Blender or Maya, but it does have the capability of turning things around. Now to use this, I'm using the checkpoint loader and I'm loading Stable 0, 1, 2, 3 checkpoint. In the description of this video, you will have a link to Hugging Face where you can download this model to your computer and just put it in your models folder. Now, what's going on in here? The width and height are always 256. That's because this is the resolution the model was trained on. And unfortunately, we can't go above, but we can upscale later. And here are the elevation and azimuth. Elevation is the angle going up, and azimuth is the angle to the sides. So let's say that we want to see this treasure chest from a top down. I will write here 90. So we have 90 degrees change on the chest. Now I'm hooking Stable 0, 1, 2, 3 output to the K sampler so we can actually watch the image. And the first image that you will see here is the rotated image of the object. Now I'm upscaling this so we will be able to work with it because the resolution of 256 is just not enough. So I'm upscaling it by 4 to 1024 and 1024. And we will see here the preview image of the upscale. Now I'm using the upscaled image to do another batch or two of upscales just to add a little bit more details to the picture. So I'm hooking the image that we created, the new upscaled image, to ControlNet. I'm using the strength of 0.5 because I don't want ControlNet to take too much control over my composition. But this is definitely a number that you can play with. I'm using the Canny preprocessor. Yeah, here it is, the Canny preprocessor. And I'm applying this ControlNet to another K sampler. And now it's worth mentioning that I'm also using a checkpoint here for this new image. I'm using in this case Dynavision, which is a kind of a 3D cartoonish model for XL. And all this goes into the K sampler and to the third image here. So basically the difference between this upscaled version and this image is this image should have more details inside, keeping the same proportions, but more details. We should have a finer look because basically we're doing an image to image and adding more details. And finally, we take the output of this K sampler and we're doing a final ultimate Stable Diffusion upscale. I'm upscaling this in by 1.5 to get even more details. Now I'm not sure, sometimes the result is too detailed, so this is why I'm saving both upscales so I can use either this or that one. Now, just before I run this workflow, something important about denoising, because we have a lot of images passing to other images, here, and I don't want to introduce too much noise. So I'm usually using the denoise of 0.25 to 0.35 no more than this. Yeah, here it is. No more than this, because otherwise we get many details that we were not looking to get. So these are my numbers. Feel free to play with it. And of course, this workflow is already linked to the description of this video. Now let's see. So we took this initial chest image and we elevated it by 90 degrees. Let's see what happens. So right off the bat, we get this image which looks okay. Now it looks better when upscaled to 1024 by 1024. Now this is already with more details added by our image to image flow. And finally, we will wait to see how the final upscaled image looks like. And here it is. Now, it is a little bit too detailed. We may be just using this one. Again, sometimes we have better results from the ultimate upscale, but not in this case. Let's try to do a different angle now. So what happens if we set this back to 0 and let's take 90% here on the azimuth. So immediately we get these images. Look very fine, very nice. You see that Stable Diffusion has decided that this side also has a handle, which is a nice touch. The legs are still intact. Yeah, and here we are with more details. And finally, the last result, you see that, again, you can definitely see the difference here. Many more details in the last upscale. The wood looks more real. It has more cranks in it. Overall, looking very good. Now, what happens if we try to take 45 degrees and also some elevation? So let's go with 45 here in the elevation and minus 45 here to get a rotate to the right. Let's see how it looks like. We can see that the angle is right, but we have too many artifacts in here. I think Stable Diffusion or 0, 1, 2, 3 still have problems with this specific object and angle. Let's try to make it slightly more easy for Stable to come up with better results. So I won't do elevation at all. I will use 45 degrees angle. Now it's not going to be simple because we still have this latch that's going to be probably a little bit smudged. Let's see. Okay, it looks decent. After upscaling, it will look better. Okay, not bad. The latch, the lock indeed needs more work, but we do have a perfect 45 angles degree treasure chest. Okay, so this of course works not only with treasure chests. Let's try to take a character and see what can be done with it. So I'm uploading a character I created before, and I'm going to use the exact same prompt I used to create that image. So I'll copy it from Automatic 1111. Here it is. And now let's change the angle. So let's begin with elevation. Let's see how this character looks from top down. Okay, very nice. Actually, I'm surprised and happy with this result. And you can really see how this improves from 256, 1024, 1024 after image to image, so we have more details. And finally, this image that has the most details of them all, maybe a little bit even too many details. Okay, let's try a different angle now. So I'll reset it back to 0 and let's see how this character looks like in 90 degrees. Yeah, this is classic. You see that because it doesn't have many pixels, only 256, it looks like a nightmare. Now when you upscale it without adding any information, it just upscales the exact same thing, so we don't have anything new and improved there. But now you see that the image to image is already doing a very fine job of retrieving these lost pixels and bringing them back to the image. Let's see how the final one will look like. Okay, not bad, but also not very good. I mean, better. Yeah, you can see how it improves from image to image, and the face here looks absolutely stunning. But what we can do to make this image even better is to allow Stable Diffusion to imagine more. So let's go up here, and instead of 0.35 denoising, let's go with 0.55. Now let's see the difference. So much better. You can see that we have sharper details inside. Now, of course, the hand is not exactly where it should be, but the overall pose is very, very impressive, very nice. Let's wait for the final render here. Okay, we definitely see more details, but I have to admit I like this one better. Okay, let's try another angle. Maybe try to mix this time. Minus 45 here in azimuth. In elevation, let's go with 45% azimuth. Let's see. Yeah, it takes the shadow quite literally here and creating this kind of hoverboard, which it's pretty easy to eliminate. We'll just need to upload the picture without this, right? But let's see the angle. The angle is what's important, and the angle is not bad, not bad at all. And now we have this kind of hoverboard going on without us wanting it, but again, we are looking at the angle, and the angle is done right. Okay, not bad. Now, Stable Diffusion took a little freedom here with the hands, but again, the actual angle is done right. Okay, so I hope you found this video insightful and useful. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do tutorials on whatever you like. I see you in the next video.